Hello everyone, and welcome to my Castle Revenge guide. This is a very funny strategy involving the new Geraldo skin, which I'm going to be honest doesn't get used that much, and Prince of Darkness plus Cripple Moab. First, place a Dart Monkey right over here. You kind of want it as bottom left as possible, next to this little corner on the track right here, but you also want this part of the range border to be going through this line in the bricks right here. Keep this guy on first. And then place this sub also as bottom right as possible. Just shove him in that corner, and you should be able to get it. From what I can tell, there aren't any real visual indicators for this placement, so you're just going to kind of have to get it right. If you've gotten these placements right, you should be able to beat round 6. And then, for round 7, place another Dart Monkey right over here so that he can fire down this straight line and so that there is enough room for Geraldo on his right. There should just be enough room for Geraldo if you place him similar to how I placed him. If you die in round 8, it's because of your topside sub placement. This sniper was not meant to go here, but honestly, I think it's fine. So just place a sniper, ideally as bottom left as possible, right over here, and set him to strong. My mouse may or may not have slipped right here, so let's see how this goes. It'll probably be fine, because the sniper placement doesn't end up mattering too much, but we'll see. Either in the middle of round 12, or after it if you want to, place Geraldo right over here, between the Dart Monkey and the track, as I said we'd do earlier. For round 14, place a shooty turret right down here, kind of in line with this little tower on the castle. And make sure that he stays on first. The top side should be fine, even though it is significantly weaker than the bottom side right now. But not for long, because we'll be placing another shooty turret right over here. Just kind of in the same spot as your bottom side shooty turret, but just on the top. And then place just one Geraldo spike on the end of each track. These spikes should not get affected, but they're here as a failsafe just in case something bad does happen. For round 17, place a druid just right over here, as top left as possible, next to your shooty turret. And then set him to strong. He'll stay like this for the entire run. And now we'll just upgrade him all the way to a 030 Druid of the Jungle. So start by getting Thorn Swarm, and then Heart of Oak. For 21, all we gotta do, just glue the start of both tracks, which is here for some reason because I don't know why the game doesn't let you place a glue over here. It's kind of weird. You should be able to afford your Druid of the Jungle on round 24. And if your spikes have not been affected at all, they should be able to pop the camo green. Well, even if they've been hit a little bit, they should still be able to pop it, but yeah. And then also, get hard thorns so he can pop leads. We kind of need that. And let's just fast forward all the way to 33. Alright, so we return for 33, where we need to apply a Chemo Potion to our Druid of the Jungle. I don't know why I said apply like that, but yeah, just give your Druid of the Jungle a camo potion. This should allow him to pop all of the camos on this round. After 34, place a village right over here, just as bottom left as possible, next to your sniper. Ideally, this will be a lot more left because you actually place your sniper correctly and your mouse probably didn't slip. So yeah, just get 002 on your village right over here, and then give your druid a pickle as well. He very much so needs a pickle for this round and the rest of the early game to be able to work properly. And then just place an ace right over here. Ideally, like, right below your village, but I'm placing him here because this is closer to where you'll actually have your ace, if you did it correctly. And then get centered path, and set the centered path right over here. "36 can seem a little bit sketchy, especially the first wave. But it's always a bit sketchy, so be ready for that. And then in the middle of 37, you should be able to get Never Miss on your ace. Or Always Miss, as I'll be referring to it for the rest of the run. And also, just get 203 on it. And then, after 39, you should be able... Nope, don't select your ninja. Place an alchemist just right over here, next to your Always Miss, and upgrade him to a 301. You should be able to beat round 40 successfully with nothing, not even from anything from Geraldo used. Which is honestly kind of nice. That doesn't happen too often. This map is just that easy, I guess. Anyways, get jungle drums on your village too. This will help for the next few rounds. And then also, for 42, just camo pot your ace. Your druid can technically see camo, but it's not that reliable, especially for rainbows. And then watch Always Miss destroy the ceramics on 43. And now, we'll start building into our main mid-game tower, right over here. The Prince of Darkness. I'll place him how you would normally place him if your sniper is in the correct spot. And just upgrade him straight to a 104 Necromancer. You'll be able to afford this in the middle or toward the end of 45. And now, the final thing we add to our setup before we start saving up for the Prince of Darkness is a 301 Alchemist for this guy, Necromancer. I don't know how I forgot what it's called. Even though we quite literally have more defense than we did on round 40, the first few Moabs of round 50, and just the 50s in general, will seem pretty sketchy. I don't know why, it might have something to do with the alch buff timing, but who cares, you should still be able to win, like 99.9% of the time. For 53, just camo pot your ace again. Yes, we technically have a Necromancer over here, but he just misses sometimes, and Shimmer isn't all that reliable. The 57 will always seem just a little bit sketchy, so make sure to take it slow. Just to ensure that you don't die a painful death, I guess. I don't know. For 59, you should be okay, and AMD on your Never Miss should allow it to pop all of the camo LEDs. But if not, just hope the AMD gets applied again, and it should work. I know we're relying on AMD RNG, but you'll be fine. And then, for round 60, Sharpening Stone your ace, and pickle it. And then also place not a totem, or not a turret, a totem right over here. And glue. This is easily the most reliable way to beat round 60 I've found. So yeah, just do that and you should win. You should win. Necromancer should clutch up a little bit. '61 and 62 should have no problems with them. Especially 62 shouldn't have any problems, because you'll get Prince of Darkness in the middle of that round. And now, basically our entire mid-game is win. Like, we just straight up win the mid-game. And also, get 205, just because I guess it helps a little bit, I don't know. To correct the mistake I made earlier, I place another sniper here, but if you place your sniper in the correct spot, you won't have to place this extra sniper, and you'll be like $300-something cheaper than my run. Oh no, I'm suboptimal. Mapless get mad at me. Anyway, yeah, ignore that. Ignore what I just said. Just fast forward until you get your sniper all the way to a 4-2-0 main Moab. Except 65 seems like it can get a little bit sketchy because Prince of Darkness has no zombies, and that's never fun. In the middle of round 70, you should be able to get main Moab. And now, the final thing before we save up to the last expensive tower in this entire run is another 301 Alch buff. This guy should be going on your maim. If he's not, that's a problem. That's like a serious problem. Oh yeah, and make sure your maim is set to strong. Very important. Because Pod is what I like to call RNG trash, we're going to be giving it a Sharpening Stone, well, give the Never Miss a Sharpening Stone, and a Pickle. And then for a tiny bit more range, which helps a ton in this scenario, we'll give a Camo Potion to our Pod, just so it can see slightly further. You can also put like some totems or something if you feel even more scared, which you shouldn't. This setup just wins, hopefully. I've never lost, but yeah, with this setup you should be able to win. 76 also gets destroyed. The Chemo Ceramic Wave on 78 can be a bit intimidating. So if your pod has no zombies, Sharpening Stone, or Camo Pot your Never Miss, and just hope that pod actually cleans up. Normally you shouldn't have to, because your pod should still have zombies going, but if for some reason your pod does not have zombies going, you'll have to Camo Pot your Never Miss to be able to deal with that camo wave. Also, that was completely improvised. I never intended for that to happen. Anyways, yeah, for round 80, all you gotta do, pickle your Never Miss, and then do just another totem right over here. I guess you could also add a glue. It's kind of like round 60, but even worse. You can also add the upgraded spikes to the end of the track, just to be even more safe. Once Pod gets a few zombies going, you should be fine, and there's almost no way to die. Like, if a single zombie BFB shows up, you just win. 81 should just get rolled by our defense, because Pod is at least somewhat decent. And then, get Cripple Moab in the middle of the round. And now, honestly, we kind of just win. There isn't too much else we have to do, except just a few small upgrades, and just a few minor towers that we have to buy. The first minor tower we'll buy is a Sabo. This guy helps for 95 and 99. That's basically it. I guess you could also use it on 87 if you're scared like me. For round 90, Geraldo should reach level 19. So, reapply a camo potion to your Prince of Darkness, so he has even more camo damage now, even though he already practically one-shots every major camo. Well, he doesn't one-shot the DDTs, but 1 damage does basically nothing to them. So, yeah. And on 91, your Sharpening Stone and Pickle your Never Miss, just to be safe. '93 can look a little bit sketchy sometimes, because even with Pod and Cripple, DDTs are weird for some reason. So if you really want to use a Sabo, I guess you could. Oh yeah, also Geraldo's shop restocked, so that's neat. I just camo pot my Cripple and my Never Miss, even though it is completely useless on the Cripple. From this point on, you can spend like 40k worth of stuff. So yeah, just have fun with that. Buy like whatever you want. I'm pretty sure you can afford a whole carpet of spikes, which just beats round 100 as well, so we don't have to spend money on that. So yeah. Well, you can afford a whole carpet of spikes if you don't buy the Sabo. So, if you don't want to buy the Sabo, and you go for a carpet of spikes instead, you shouldn't have to buy the Sabo, and you'll only have to Spike Storm on 95 instead. So yeah, on 95, just because DDTs are sketchy, even with two of some of the best anti-DDT towers in the game, just Sabo once the DDTs start getting somewhat far. And you should just win. Like, completely win. Even the fortified Moabs are nothing. On 96, you can also just re-pickle your Never Miss. And don't upgrade it to Spectre. Just don't. Just don't upgrade it to Spectre. That's a terrible idea. Why would you ever do that to yourself? '96 shouldn't be scary, but I'm going to use a Sabotage on the ZOMG insides just because I am scared. Pod doesn't spawn enough zombies sometimes, it feels like. But now it did. Just barely. Just time the first strike when one of the ZOMGs is low to insta-kill it. So, for 98, just double Genie, and commence with, and I quote, random Geraldo nonsense. So get some, like, spooky totems, get some Jerry Fires if you want. Jerry Fires actually kind of go crazy with Cripple, so it might not be a terrible idea. Wait, why is the Jerry Fire on the ace? I didn't know it did that. So yeah, just get some Jerry Fires going. Get some, like, Sharpening Stones going on your base Dart Monkeys. Definitely helps. And spam some glues, I guess. I don't know. Just do whatever. If you actually bought, like, good towers here, use them. Yeah, Genies should just be able to win. To make 98 a non-issue, you could also just buy Shattering Shells. But here I don't, because yes. '98 will always get a bit sketchy unless you actually bought a good tower. So, yeah. Just be prepared for that to happen. And then, Sabo 99, just to be safe. And then for 100... Why is it not letting me use a first strike? Huh? Huh? It's not letting me... Okay. It wasn't letting me use a first strike. That's problematic. Just triple first strike. And you should win with a lot of money spare. Anyways, yeah. If you've done this correctly, and trust me, it is a lot, and there could possibly be some RNG. I don't know, I didn't test this too much. You should now have your Castle Revenge Black Border with a pretty goofy strategy involving the new Geraldo skin. I hope this guide helped you out in some way. Have a nice rest of your day, and goodbye.